Hi, how are you? I hope all of you should be fine and spending good time at your homes. In my last video, I'm sorry that the voice quality was not very good, and I feel that if the voice quality is not good, then the usefulness of video is not as per what it should be. So I thought that I should record this video again. So this is the same video for your designing of microwave link from scratch, and I'm sure that the voice quality should be much better this time and you will be able to understand the whole video. So we will be designing one microwave link from zero, and in the start I will guide you that what kind of files you may be needing. So to design a microwave link, you need the antenna files, the equipment files, the cable data, frequency assignments, and also you need the terrain data. And then you need to have the site data. I hope you have all these data files with you, because if you don't have and you have PathLoss installed, then PathLoss also provide you these files. In this equipment, there are equipment files and the frequency plan. I get a question that someone was needing the frequency plan in FCC and ITU. So in this PathLoss installation, these are the FCC plans of different frequencies, and these are the ITU frequency plans. So you have the plans provided by PathLoss. But still, if you need any further help on it, you can always comment on my video. So you have like equipment files, you even have GIS files, but these are sample files for a small area in US. So you have to have all the required files if you want to go ahead. And let's go towards PathLoss. So this is PathLoss just opened. If you are working on some project, then you can go in the project and you can start from where you left the project last time. But in this video, we will start with a blank project. There is no project open right now. So to start microwave link planning, you need to have the site data. So I will open the site list. But let me show you the site list first, because I have made this CSV file. It contains the site name, the lat, and the long. So you should be having more columns here, because if you are having some data from the site surveys, and so you should first check that what is the support by path loss, like the tower height, tower types. You can put different things here. So but for this video, I'm just using the site name, lat, and long, because this is the minimum thing that we require. So let's get back to PathLoss. So to import the site list, we will go in view, then site list, and then we will go in import. And because this is, I have saved it as a text file, as a CSV file, we will import site text file. And then we will tell it that where is our file. So this is our sample site list file. I have opened it. Because I had converted this file from Excel, there was a lot of blank cells. So all the blank cells are represented as one comma. So we will get rid of these commas in the next tab. But here it's showing us that what kind of file we have. It's not showing the column headers because I'm starting the import from line 2. We will not need those headers because path loss will give its own headers to the file. So here you see this comma separated, so I have a lot of blank columns. So if I check this option, treat consecutive delimiter as a single delimiter, then it will remove all extra columns. All empty columns should be gone, and I have only 3 columns which I need. Now in this tab I have to tell that what column corresponds to what. So I will click on the first column and I will tell path loss that use it as the site name. Then I will take second column and I will tell path loss that use it as the latitude because this is our latitude. And then I take the last column and I put it as longitude. So the names are already assigned by path loss now. We should go next. As I am in Pakistan, this is Pakistan data, so it is northeast. You should check these two things because these can do a lot of things to your data. So you should put the right area you are in. If you are in northwest, then you should put northwest, and same like vice versa. So now we have finished. The data is being imported. Very soon it will bring the data here. So you can see path loss has got all the data. But if you see here the call sign, session code, elevation, tower height, tower type, these were some of the things that you could add in the table. So because we don't have that, we only have these 3 things. So path loss has picked only what was in the data. So I will just close it. And here you can see the whole sites are imported. I will not go in a very much detail of things in this video. I will be making new videos of some things which needs to be done, and I have already made a lot of videos for some other things. Like for example, we need the terrain data here. So I have made videos on how to download your terrain data. If you just search that how to download SRTM, this. So Google will take you to some of my videos on how to download SRTM and path loss. In the same way, if you want to know that how to configure the data files, how to configure GIS in path loss. So again, path loss will Google will take you to one of my videos, hopefully, inshallah, where you can see how to configure a GIS source. So the reason to show you these two things was that I have put a lot of other videos that you can use to be guided. But still, if you have any question, if you want any kind of help, you can always comment and I will reply. So as I have already downloaded the path, the terrain of this area, I will just make the backdrop. This will confirm me that, okay, I have the data of all the area. So I can plan a link anywhere. I mean, there should be no missing tiles or anything. Because if you don't have terrain data of some area in your area of project, then path loss will not generate the profile of that area. It's taking a lot of time, but okay. So this is the background of my sites. So we can see that we have the terrain of almost all the area. So I will just zoom in some particular part of the network. So in path loss, you can make a point-to-point link or a point-to-multi-point link. So I will make a point-to-point link. I will click this. So if you see the cursor now has two sides. If I click on point-to-multi-point, the cursor has now 3 points. So I will point to this one. Then we simply have to drag one side and drop to the other side. Then a line should be made. Like I clicked on this side and I dragged and I dropped on this side. So this line is made. So now we can plan this link. So I will right click on this and I will go in terrain data, because first I need to generate profile, because without profile path loss cannot go ahead. So once you have the sites and then you need the background or the terrain data, then you make a link, a line between the sites, and then you go in generate profile. I hope you have set up everything. Then the profile is generated. And we can see this is the profile. On the same table, we can configure the antenna heights as well. So these are different antenna configuration. I have a video on this as well. You can check what is meant by different configuration. We will use the first one, the most commonly used one. And here we should configure the antenna heights as well. Because in our data, there was no actual data, so we have to put everything here. Generally, you should get these values from your survey reports, but I will put some arbitrary values just to fill this so that we can move ahead. Basically, you need the tower height and you need the antenna height. So I will have to put, so I put the antenna height as 50 meter and tower height as 60 meter. These are arbitrary values. You can put the exact values from your survey reports. So now this is set. When we try to close it, path loss is telling me that something is changed. I say okay. Now this will save the link file, because now the link file has some data. And this is the path loss way to save a link file from site A to site B. So whatever site you select as the first site, it should be site A or site 1. Second site selected should be site 2. So you should take care that which site you select first, because this will become your way of saving the file names. So I say yes. You can put it where you are putting all of your required path loss files. The files are already there. I say okay, go ahead, no problem. Now we have done these two things which are required. These further things are also required, but I will not go into detail right now because the video should become very long. So I will just finish the normal planning of the link. So this is the most known or most common sheet in path loss. So we have to fill all of these numbers from here to here. So if we start from the TX channel, then it is, you can say, kind of easy, because then uh, getting the antenna and the equipment files become a bit easy, because we have already provided the frequency channel. So we should start from here. So this is our A510. This is the first site, and this is the second site. The site that I picked first while making the link become the first site. So here I have these transmission channels from the lookup table from path loss. I'm using the 18 gigahertz channel. You can use any channel. You can go file, open, and then you can go to this path loss directory. You can pick any frequency, 7 giga, 8 giga, 10 giga. So I will be doing it for 18 gigahertz. And let me show you one small thing. This is +1 high, this is +2 high. So plus means to add. So for example, if I click here and I add +1 high, so this made high to this channel. So site 1 was given the higher channel and site 2 was giving the lower channel. I can just replace it. I can make site 2 as high. So now site 2 has the higher channel. Because we have only one link, there is no plan with me, so I can put any number. But you should go as per the plan, and if you make a mistake here, then you can have a high-low violation. And we will go in detail of these things in our further videos. But just to tell you that if you have multiple channels, then you can move to the next channel and then you can put any channel here. You can put any channel high, any channel low on sides. So this is how you put the frequency. So it's asking me that okay, design frequency, I should give it to the yes. So we have put a design frequency now. So this design frequency, we can see it here now. It's being designed on 18 gigahertz. Now we go to equipment. From this button, we can go to the index file. The index files are already loaded. But if you don't have the index file loaded and you're doing it for the first time, then you can go, you need to tell path loss the path of your equipment directory, and then you click here that use all the directories, subdirectories, and then you can create an index. I will not create an index again because it will be replicating a lot of things. So generally, if you don't have an index created, then what you can do, you have to provide the path of the equipment files, and then you have to click this create index and then close it, and all those equipment files should be loaded here. So I have these index files, and I should provide some of my numbers so that I can, because I'm planning in 18 gigahertz. So I provide this filter. So now it will only show me the radios which comes within this frequency channel. So right now I will just take one arbitrary channel. I take this one, sorry, not channel, the equipment. I take this equipment, and I have the option to put it on side A or side B or on both sides. For example, if I'm making a link and one side needs 8 evens and the other side is 32 evens, then I can plan two different kind of radios. These only have the even radios, but same goes for if you have a 100 megabit radio and then you need a 200 megabit radio on the next hop because it's a hub site or any other reason, then you can put a different radio on one side and different radio on the other side. But here we will put +1, 2. So you just keep an eye on these 2 points. Here the numbers should change as soon as I will add this radio. So I will add it on both sides. It's showing me whatever is configurable. So I can change the threshold options, but I will keep it to 10 to the power -6 because generally this is what we use. So the radio has only one TX power option of 17. I say okay. So you see here the TX power is changed now. The other will remain the same because it depends a lot on the antenna. So once we will put the antenna, then other numbers should also change. but currently we have put the radio. Okay, we need to provide some things here. If I go as per the if I go and I pick some cables or something from the data, then this will not help me because the only problem is that it is assuming that we are using the antenna with a cable that will be taking the exact frequency of, for example, 18 gigahertz, which is not the case for us. Generally, you know that we have a split kind of radios, so we don't use waveguides or we don't use a cable of that much high frequency. So I will not put anything from transmission line here. I will just add two losses. We just generally we have 3-4 dB loss in the cable, and we have, for example, 1 or 2 dB losses in connectors. So I will just add these arbitrary losses. These losses also generally when you get a plan, then these losses are also mentioned in the plans. So we have put the losses as well. So now to complete this equipment side, we need to put an antenna. So for antenna, it's same like equipment. You need to have, if this table is not already filled, if you are using it for the real first time, then you need to import your files. You need to create an index in the same way that you need to create for equipment, that you have to provide it the path for the antenna files. Then you have to click here directory plus subdirectory because it has a lot of directories, and then you need to click on create index and close. So this will create this index for you. And then again in the same way I have put a filter for 18 gigahertz. So now I have all these antennas of 18 gigahertz. So right now I will not go in the detail of these antennas. I will not go in the detail of a lot of things. But you have the gain already shown here, so you can safely use any antenna. This is very big. I just take this 4 feet antenna, this one maybe. And again, just like equipment, you can have different kind of antennas on both sides. For example, one side can have a 2 feet antenna and one side can have a 4 feet antenna. It depends on your plan. So generally, we assume that the antenna should be the same type on both sides, but if your plan needs different antennas, then you can put different antennas here. So I will put, now when I will put this antenna on both sides, you will see that these numbers should again change. So I put this and wow, I get this all numbers filled here and here. And this tick is always here. So it means that we are doing most of the things correctly within the ITU recommendations. So up till now we are fine, we are going fine, and but there are some things still empty. So these also needs to be filled. So what we have left is the rain file. So we will go in the rain file. We will just ask it to calculate these two numbers. As I said, I will not go into detail right now how these numbers come, what is the significance of these numbers, but you have to provide these numbers and you have to provide the rain file. The rain file is again available in the path loss directory. If you have your own rain files, you can use them. There is no big difference. So it's generally in Pakistan, we are in the region K. So I have put K here. You can put the region of your area, whatever region you are. So it's say OK. and then again it's okay. So now as I said okay, I have got some problem. This rain probability is outside the ITU range of 1% of 0.001 at site 1 and at site 2. Okay, so it's not a problem. It's not even any kind of problem. What it's telling us is that we have planned a link which is better than ITU. You know, we are in 5 nines. ITU needs us to be within 5 nines. I mean with so we can have 4 nines and one number less than 9. So as we have 5 nines, so we have jumped outside of the ITU boundary, which is not a problem in any way. And if you are required, if you are working with someone who don't need a yellow hair, we can change it as well. I will show you in some other video how to do it. But the main problem right now is not this yellow one. The main problem is we are not having any number here and we don't have a green check mark here. The yellow check mark is fine, but the red is not acceptable. Red means that you cannot go further. So we will click on this, showing me we are missing C factor. So okay, this is the good thing of path loss. I mean it don't let you wonder that what is, for example, if I had to check by myself that what is the problem, then maybe I will need 1 hour to understand. But okay, we are missing C factor, so we should put C factor. C factor is the what we call it. C factor is the climate factor, or it depends on your terrain. So here we have these numbers from the terrain. We should click it. This is the path profile data, and here it is C factor. So you just need to click this one. You get the C factor, and this is the check mark you got. So I will not go in again. I will not go in detail. I will tell you this in some other video. So now we are done. We are fine. We are good. Our link is planned. This link having 5 nines as the availability is better than ITU recommendation. So that's why we have a mark here, a yellow mark. This yellow mark comes when you are outside of the range. So if someone is still not convinced, then I will convince him in some next video that this is for outside of the window, not that you are on the wrong side. I mean, outside and wrong side is two different things. So here we have finished the whole link. So let's close it. It will ask me to change. There's a change in the link file, so you should save it. I say yes. Now you should save this project as well, because if you will save the project, then next time you can just open this project and you will reach on the same place. So I should ask you to save it. Okay. And I can save one of my existing networks. So I save it again. So here we are, we finished the link, and I'm sure the voice was fine this time and you can understand this better. If you have any question, please make a comment. I will try to reply, and I will be making more videos because I have already made a lot of videos for a simple use of path loss. So now my plan is to make more technical videos where I will show you that whatever we were going through, like for example, that how the rain is calculated and how the multipath is calculated and what is the significance of different numbers, what is good and what is bad, what is good in a good link and what is bad in a bad link. So I will tell you inshallah all those things. So until that time, we will meet again. Just subscribe to my channel so that you can get new videos, and this work should spread so more people they can ask questions. And if you have any problem, if you are still feeling any problem, you can always uh, you can always send a comment and I will reply. Okay, bye.